here's Matthew's list of what was going on in, quote, the days of Noah. Eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, and not watching or being unaware of what was going on. Only one of those three items could be associated with Genesis 6:1-4, in theory, the marrying and giving in marriage part. But as we've seen above, Matthew isn't actually drawing his vocabulary from the Greek translation of Genesis 6:2. So even that correlation is, of course, misguided. The other items in Matthew 24 that Matthew actually does have listed have no association with the supernatural or angelic aspects of Genesis 6:1-4. They're not there. So why would we, as modern readers or interpreters, impose the supernatural character of Genesis 6:1-4 onto what Matthew says when A, he doesn't quote it, and B, he adds details that aren't in the Genesis 6 passage? The activities of eating and drinking and not watching or being unaware are completely human. Again, we don't need angels or sons of God for any of that. They have nothing to do with visitors from heaven and the kind of context that Genesis 6:2 gives us. Insisting that Matthew 24 align with Genesis 6:1-4 is therefore pretty arbitrary. The interpretation lacks coherence. Lastly, there's one more reason to not expect Nephilim in the end times. The idea actually runs completely contrary to the Bible's own accounting of the giants, the descendants of the Nephilim, or the Nephilim that were on earth after the flood. According to the Old Testament, the last of the giants were killed off in the time of David. This, of course, is Goliath, but it also includes his brothers. Beyond David's time, there are no more giants in the biblical storyline. So while the idea might make a good movie, it doesn't make good biblical interpretation.